Tremor is officially out in Mortal Kombat 1 if you got the combat pack, so we're going to take a look at all of his variations and why people are calling him the best cameo in the game. And yes, we're using Reptile in practice mode because he's everyone's jobber. We all know that. First, we're going to take a look at how you can change into Tremor's variations. You would do that with the cameo button. For me, it is R1 since I play on PS5. You always start with Aftershock, and then if you press it, you change it to metallic, and if you press it again, you change it to crystalline, and then circle back up. But you also can do it the other direction as well. So if you press your cameo button and then down on the D-pad, you'll go the other way. So we are at Aftershock right now, and now we're in crystalline, now we're in metallic, and then back. And if you notice, the animation is a little bit different as well if you're going one direction versus the other direction, which is a nice little touch. First, we're going to start off with the Aftershock variation, which is deemed as the offense variation. It has 3 moves: a rock punch upper crust, not uppercut, which is a nice play on the word, and ground pound. Let's go through all 3 of these. I'm gonna go to the menu right now, go to the cameo moves, and star all these so that they show up on the screen. The first move we're gonna look at is rock punch, is where Tremor basically comes out and punches you like so. And you can do this if you are starting a combo string, like so. And you also notice it is one of those moves where if it is part of a combo string, you aren't moving. But you can also do it in the middle of a combo as well. There we go. She finally got it right. My favorite move probably out of all these 3 moves is the rock punch upper crust. Boom, which does launch your enemy into the air, and then you can go ahead and get a really nice combo. So if you want to do something, if you want to do this, boom, 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 boom. You know, you can get some decent damage off of that launch, absolutely. And then last but not least, we do have the ground pound move, which does hit low. So we have some moves that do hit high, then you have some that do end up hitting low. And if you notice, when performing this move, you also are in place. Now, the funny thing about Tremor that I found out is he is the first cameo to have EX moves. And you're probably thinking, how is that possible? We know how rock punch looks like, right? It looks like this, but you can actually activate these moves once you change into the variation. So if I change into Aftershock and then hit rock punch immediately, it'll do the EX version and it actually will go farther, like so. So the difference from doing this and that is pretty big. Keep this in mind, using the EX version of a move does take a full bar. It does take a full bar to cameo, and this is available for all of the moves. And if you're really sick, you can time it as well, the chain with your other moves. And that's our look at the Aftershock variation. Now let's go on to metallic. Now the metallic variation is what we would call the range variation of Tremor. So if we hit R1, boom, now we're in it. Let's go ahead and change the moves that we show what the metallic form moves are. So if you're looking for a range, we got it. Lava burst, boom, hits from a good range, about midway, I would say. And then you have eruption, which is the aerial variation of it. So if we set reptile to jump, and then we do this, boom, it hits from decent range too. Roughly about the same, boom, like so. The major thing with this variation though is the rolling rock, and that's because of the 50-50 capability and because it is full screen. So if we just do back R1, it hits slow. But if we do if you hold back, hit R1 hold, it becomes an overhead. So from this point, you have to go ahead and decide, all right, am I gonna duck or am I gonna stand up and try to go ahead and block it? Now the thing is, from this distance, you should be able to tell, okay, is it gonna be this one or it's actually gonna be this one? You should be able to tell. Now, just like with the Aftershock, we also have EX variations of this. So for lava burst, if we look at ourselves at this distance, right? And we're already in metallic and we try to use it from here, it doesn't actually hit, right? But if we do it when we change into it, we hit it. we hit the opponent. So you do get some extra range on that. One thing I will say about the rock toss is if you are able to catch your opponent airborne, it actually bounces up in the air and you can get a combo out of it. But you do have to be a decently close in order for you to actually go ahead and connect with it though. But you can't do something like that. And that's the metallic variation. Last but not least, we're gonna look at the crystalline variation. Now the crystalline variation is what is called the support variation. And it comes with two moves, the crystal wall punch, like so, as well as the crystal armor is what everyone's really looking forward to, right? So I had to switch to Liu Kang in order for you to show this next part of the crystalline armor. You can actually use the crystal wall punch to interrupt gaps and strings. Let me see if I can show you. Boom! Exactly like that. And that's exactly what makes it extremely strong. Boom! All right, so I had to switch over to Scorpion as the opponent because I wanted to show off the armor capabilities, the crystalline armor capabilities. So in order for you to cast it, back, and then whatever your cameo button is, and then you got it. And it roughly lasts about 4 seconds. And you take 33% less damage. Let's say, for example, we're gonna have Scorpion do a move on us. And we're at full health now. We got the armor activated. We got dealt roughly about 70 points of damage, right? Roughly. But if we were to go ahead and, reset this again, we got hit with a little bit over 100 damage on this move. So you do take 33% less. But what you also may have noticed that we took all the hits from this move. This is a 6-hit move. And the armor still exists. So there's 2 more instances I want to bring up that shows why Tremor is the best cameo in the game. Based on footage from Twitter, from Tweety MK, professional Mortal Kombat player, and he is Baraka, and he's fighting off against Geras. Let's take a look at what happens. Geras activates his time to reverse time, right? But the armor just takes the hit. This clip is from XZ on Twitter, where it shows in the gaps of Katana's string, where if you use the enhanced version of the crystalline armor, you can cast armor on yourself during the gaps of a string. See, they enhance. Look at the meter. It's completely empty. Just launch it out the way. So that was just a little look at the Tremor Kameo that was just released today. And I already know the amount of possibilities are going to happen with this character across every single character, main character on the roster. It's going to be absolutely gnarly. Tremor is changing the Mortal Kombat 1 meta. Appreciate you watching. Hope you found some value in this. And I will see you next time. Take care. Peace.